Hello and welcome back to the Football Rundown. New intro as well. Want to get people's thoughts on that. Just to start with, thought I'd go with a bit of a different look to the channel. So hopefully people like the new intro. I'm not too sure about it, but let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on that one. Do you prefer the old intro? Do you prefer the new one? Maybe we'll go back to the old one anyway. But yeah, that's just a quick new change to the channel that we'll make over the summer. But today we're going to be talking about 5 players that Stockport County must keep going into the 24-25 season. I can't believe I'm saying that. It sounds so far away, but it's not really. It's just a few months away until we find ourselves in League One, which of course we know is now going to be the situation. We obviously secured promotion a few weeks ago. We secured the title at the weekend. We've got one last game against Wrexham next Saturday before, of course, we have a bus parade through the town centre on Sunday, and that's it then. That's all your Stockport County stuff for you know until next season, I suppose. And it's going to be some quite sad in a lot of ways. But let's get on to today's video then. 5 players that Stockport County, in my opinion, must hold on to going into next season. Everyone's going to have their own opinion on this. Everyone's going to think, what on earth is he on about? Some people are going to think, why have you missed this player out? Why have you missed that player out? But today we're just going to be going through my opinion. But of course, you can let me know your ideas in the comment section below on this. But I'm going to start with number 5, and it is going to be Ben Hinchliffe, of course, an absolute legend of this football club. I think it's fair to say now, 36 years of age. He will be 37 in October, so he's not getting any younger. And in the position he's in, I think he's lucky that he's a goalkeeper because he can get away with it for a few more years yet. Don't get me wrong, it's still a position we've got to think about replacing over the next few seasons. But for me, he's a player we've got to hold on to for next season for sure. Since he signed in 2016, he would have been one of Jim Gannon's first signings in his third spell at County, I'm pretty sure. Signing in May 2016 from AFC Fylde. He has obviously kept 17 clean sheets in League 2 this season. And of course, has got 3 titles with the club: the National League North title in 2019, the National League title in 22, and of course the League 2 title this summer. For me, he's an absolute must-keep. He's obviously been absolutely fantastic for us so far this season. Obviously, I say so far, just one game left, but he's been absolutely key for us at the back. Our defence has been really important for us this season. He's been a massive part of that as well, as I say, with the clean sheets and some of the saves he's pulled off. Has been absolutely spectacular this season. A leader at the back as well, an absolute must-keep going into the new season. In 4th place, I've gone for Ethan Pye then. Manchester-born Ethan Pye has been a sensation at the back this season for the Hatters in a breakthrough season, which has seen him make over 30 appearances in League 2 this season, building a rock-solid partnership alongside Fraser Horsford at the back. He's been integral to us, and I have to say, he's one of the first names on the team sheet this season. He's been absolutely fantastic, and he's part of that defensive unit that I'd say has kept the fewest goals in League 2 this season. In at number 3 then, a player that could quite easily be higher on this list. I'm going to go with Paddy Madden. Some people are going to say, why is he 3rd on the list? Why is he not top of the list? I think he's been a fantastic player. I do think there's some players that are more important for us to keep hold of. But, I mean, this player is absolutely vital to, to keep hold of going into next season. Paddy Madden, I know he's 34 years of age, but he's been absolutely fantastic still. And let's be fair about this. Let's be real. He's playing like a player that is not 34. He's playing like a player that is in his, in his prime. He's playing more like a player that is 24, to be honest. And I'm sure many people agree with me on that. Where to start with him, really? As I say, County's leading goal scorer this season. 22 goals this season. 17 of them have come in League 2 as well. He's stepped some big moments. Particularly in the last few months, late on in the season, I think he's really kicked on. If we're going to talk about the late winner versus Newport, the hat-trick against Sutton, the winner against Colchester, the hat-trick again against Notts County, which sealed the title for us 2 weeks ago, roughly. And like I say, he may well be 34, but he is playing like a player that is 24, and he's absolutely deserving of an extra year, at least at Stockport County, especially as he's edging closer to trying to get that all-time leading goal scorer record in League 1, where I think he's just 10 goals short of having that. So, he'll massively want the opportunity to be in League 1 again next season, and I think Stockport County will really want to have him, and his experience in League 1 for next season as well. In at number 2 then, a player that has become a fan favourite at this football club over the course of this season, signing in last January from Millwall. Tantor Alafi has been an absolute sensation. Like I say, he's really become one of the fans' favourites this season with the Tantor Alafi song, which of course belts out around Edgley Park many times this season. And it's it's a shame he got injured in the game last Saturday against Morecambe. But I'm sure he's got a lot to offer in League 1 next season. It's a big step up for County. It'll be a big step up for him. But he's a player that has been A player that has stepped up for us this season as well and has been the leading goal scorer for most of the season until the last few weeks when Paddy Madden took it away from him. 21 goals this season for Stockport County. Like I say, he's really come into his own. He's absolutely fantastic. It is Tanto Alafi, and he's an absolute must-keep going into this going into League One next season. I'm hoping we do keep hold of him. I'm sure we'll keep hold of him, but I'm also not doubting there will be a lot of interest in this player, that's for sure. So I mean, a lot of the players on this list already are players that you could easily put at number one to keep as well because of how important they've been this season. And whilst it's tempting to go for the attacking players in this list, we talked about Paddy Madden, we talked about Tanto Alafi. Initially, Paddy Madden was actually first on this list, and then I thought about it logically, and I thought, when you really look at it, he's 34 years of age, absolutely important to keep, don't get me wrong, going into next season. But one player that is going to be massively important to keep hold of for the future of Stockport County, not just about next season, but next season and onwards from that, is Fraser Horsfall. So he is the number one player that Stockport County must keep, in my opinion, going into next season. I mean, like I said, there's more exciting areas on the pitch to talk about, of course there is. But without that, defensive unit that he's been a massive part of this season, County don't finish where they finish. And like I say, he's been an absolute rock at the back. And I mentioned Ethan Pye as well, but Fraser Horsfall particularly has been the leader in that group at the back. And we've seen how much County have crumbled when he hasn't been in the when he hasn't been in the side. Look at the game against Tranmere away, for example, a horrific day, and that was the day when he wasn't in the side. And that day, for example, just shows how important it is to have a rock solid defence, and we didn't have it on that day. And since we've been able to have that rock solid defence back, we've looked absolutely unstoppable, and we've started to keep more clean sheets as well. So it's just testament to the ability of Fraser Horsfall and the importance of Fraser Horsfall, to be honest. Since signing from Northampton Town as well in the summer of 22, he's just become an absolute must-have on the team sheet. Absolute one of the first names on the team sheet. There's no doubt about that, and that just, as I say, is so important for us defensively. The way that he can read the game, the way that he puts his body on the line, the fact that he popped up with 1 or 2 goals as well over the last few weeks as well has been a massive help to us as well. So, absolutely massive that we keep hold of him. Like I say, certainly one of the first names on the team sheet since he arrived at the club. So it's really important we keep hold of him going into next season. I'm sure we will, and I'm sure that if Paddy Madden was to ever move on at any point, I'm sure the captain's armband would be handed on to someone like Fraser Horsfall, you'd imagine. So that's my list of top 5 players that Stockport County must absolutely keep hold of going into the next season, where of course we will be in League One. But there are a few honourable mentions of players that I missed out that could easily have made it into this list as well. We're talking about players like Anthony Sarcevic, Will Collar, Odin Bailey, of course, but I just didn't think to mention him because he's not likely to leave at all, with him only signed in January. And of course, Acklewright is another one which I think are all honourable mentions. I think there's other players that I think people could possibly have in this conversation as well. But that's the top five I've gone with as well. So I just want to get people's thoughts on that in the comment section below. How important, do you agree with me on this list of players that I put in the top 5 most important players for County to keep hold of going into next season? Like I say, want to get your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like the video as well. Subscribe if you're new. We should have the match preview coming up against Wrexham on the channel before the end of the week as well, so stay tuned for that. But like I say, get your thoughts in the comment section below. Who have I missed out? Who should I have had on this top 5 list? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.